I've got my writing poncho. I'm a wizard. Dark and mysterious. Hey all, welcome to Rachel Alice Reads and welcome to NaNoWriMo Week 2. It is currently NaNoWriMo Day 9 and I am still tracking really well. So the last 2 days I've had 1,000-word goals because I've been at work, and I am thrilled to say that I have met both of those goals, which is awesome. I got more stickers on my calendar. The other really awesome thing is that I have hit 15,000 words, and I'm going to show you the reward I get for that. It's coming. My 15,000 word goal was to get one of those little like fancy cake things that you can get. This is from Lux Bite in Melbourne, and I have just been handed the cake. We're going to have a little unboxing. Okay, in case you haven't been watching me, chocolate and cakes and stuff is my life. So this is extraordinary. Oh, he's so cute. Look at this. It's really hard to hold like that, and I know. Oh, there he goes. He's in focus now. Oh, he's a little bear. Oh, I'm going to eat you. It's going to be amazing. So I've heard that NaNoWriMo Week 2 is always the hardest one. They say the second day in the second week is always really hard. So I'm kind of keeping that in mind. I'm going to make sure and get to bed early, sort of take my time with it, look after myself, because I've done so well so far and I want to keep going. As we go through this vlog, I'm going to be talking a little bit about character and character development. Last time was world building. If you want to hear more about that, check out that vlog. Where I'm at in my story at the moment, I've kind of got 4 main characters introduced, but I will be entering into much bigger scenes where I have probably another 10 to 15 characters to introduce. So building up those relationships, building up those characters is kind of the goal for this week. If you want to know when these nano vlogs are being uploaded, please do hit that subscribe button. I absolutely just unequivocally appreciate the support that gives me, and I love bringing you on this journey with me. So for now, I'm going to go and eat my 15,000 word cake, and good luck to anyone else who is doing NaNoWriMo Week 2. Keep going, you can do it. There's still 3 weeks to go. And there was the cat. And I will check in with you, not tomorrow because Ben's taking all the cameras away, but on Sunday. I'll check in with you on Sunday. Hey everyone, and welcome to the morning of the 12th of November. As I think I said that my hubby had stolen my camera to go shoot a wedding over the weekend, so I couldn't do any filming. I'll give you a really quick recap. This was my first time where I had 2 3,000 word goals in a row, and I didn't have hubby at home. He was off shooting the wedding, so I managed to get that for both days, which was awesome. I have just finished my writing for this morning as well and managed to get my 1,000 words for today. It's a work day, so I'm about to head off to work very shortly. I have hit my goal every single day, which is awesome, but I also want to acknowledge that is legit not possible for some people. Life happens. I don't have a lot of other commitments other than work, so I'm able to completely dedicate myself to this, but that's just not possible for some people, and you know what, that's okay. I have reached the point in my story where I am writing new things, which is super exciting. I had talked about sort of that conflict between writing the old and the new. I'm onto new stuff now. I've written a chapter from another point of view for the first time ever. I'm finding that these new characters I'm now introducing, I actually am in their heads a little bit better than the ones that I started with, including my MC. I've struggled with my MC a little bit, and I think that kind of comes down to I haven't necessarily included a lot of dialogue so far. There's been a lot of setting everything up and that kind of thing, and I haven't done a lot of that through dialogue. I think that's going to be something I need to change so that we can get to know my characters a little bit better, so that I can get to know my characters a bit better. But for now, that's kind of how it is, and I'm still sussing the characters out. I'm about to introduce 6 more characters who are a lot clearer in my head. They're sort of clearer personalities. So I'm really looking forward to introducing them and seeing how it goes. This week too will be the first full week that I am at work every single day. I have a 5-day week, and I've actually got quite a lot on at work this week. I'm really not looking forward to it. I know tomorrow morning, for example, I can't write in the morning. I have to get up and go. I have an early meeting. So it's going to be probably the first really challenging week in terms of sitting down and writing every single day. I'm still going to do my best, obviously, and we'll see how it goes. If you can hear that pathetic mewing, that is my cat Miko. He's an inside cat that very occasionally manages to escape outside, and this is the result. When he comes back inside, he cries. This is the culprit! This is the culprit! He wants to go outside! I want to go outside, Mummy! Please! Please, Mummy! So we're back on NaNoWriMo day 13. This is a bit of a weird day. It's the very first work day that I've had that I couldn't do my words in the morning. I normally get up at 5:30 and have my 1,000-word goal done before I go to work, or that seems to be how it has worked thus far. But this morning, there goes the cat again, I had to be at work early, so I had to get up and leave effectively. Oh, Miko. I put my foot down though, and I left work really early, so I've come home. It is now 5 o'clock. Normally I'd be leaving work now, so I've got a solid hour to get my word count in now. So I'm gonna go for it. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I usually feel just a lot fresher in the morning, so after a day of work, I'm gonna be really interested to see how the words come out. In terms of character stuff, I suppose the thing that I've been thinking about today is that characters often speak to you as you write. I've been struggling with some of them, and they've kind of, I was struggling with them in the outline, but they've kind of just been coming to me as I've been writing. And some of the traits that I had kind of given them in the outline haven't really come out. For example, my MC was supposed to have like a bit of a fear of fire, but it just hasn't suited the story yet. So I suppose with your story as well as your characters, it's really important to just kind of listen to what comes out, and even though you've got an outline, and it might be a pretty strict outline, to still just accept where the story is going to go anyway. Apologies for the yowling cat. I'm gonna get to my word count. I've got to get my sticker for the day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.
Look at it. Look at it. Isn't he beautiful?
So one of the positive things, at least, of doing it in the afternoon, your writing, is that you can... This is Pimm's. It's been very hot here. It's a summer drink, okay? Don't judge me. I've never tried this drinking while writing thing. Might catch on. So I've just finished my 1,000 words for the day. It's actually come out at about 1,200, and there are a couple of differences that I'd like to note. Firstly, it's a good chance in the evening to write the words because you don't have that cut-off time. There's not a time that you have to stop. So if you actually want to keep going, you can, which is why I've managed to get 1,200 words instead of sort of just over 1,000, which is really cool. But I did notice that they were a little bit harder to get out. After a full day of work, I'm feeling a bit tired. After that effort, I'm ready to go sit on the couch. So it's quite an interesting thing, and it just, I guess, depends when you do your best work. Tricky that I have to go to work, otherwise I'd try and smash them out in the morning all the time and be able to just go for as long as I like. Unfortunately, that's not the reality. It's probably not the reality with you either. So it's a really interesting thing to find the times that work for you and to work with them. And the times that work for you aren't always actually going to work with your life. You just need to pick the times that you can, write some words, make it work. It's Puss. Puss is just there. Uh-oh, Puss is stalking. You see him? He's on the kitchen table. He's not really supposed to be on the kitchen table. Hello and welcome to NaNoWriMo Day 14. I have a couple of very special milestones today. Firstly, this is the end of the second week of NaNoWriMo. We've done 14 days and I have managed to hit my word count goal every single day so far. It's actually been a really interesting thing, creating that writing habit. It feels weird to go to work and not have written in the morning already, or to go to bed and not write in the night, which is only a good thing. Obviously you've got to take some time away because of life and because self-care, but it's been a really cool experience creating that almost need to actually put words on the page to create a story. The other huge milestone that I've got is after 2 weeks I have hit 25,000 words. This is the most amount of words that I have ever written. I've gotten a decent way past the last point of the story that I stopped at previously, so this is all new stuff. I'm also halfway through the word count for NaNoWriMo, which I am super proud of. I've gotten to the point in my story where I am literally in the middle of writing the scene that introduces some new characters, including my antagonist. Some of these characters are really awesome, and it's such a cool thing to have had these very vivid characters. These are like, you know, comic relief characters as well as the nasty ones and things like that. So these are sort of the extreme characters. It's really cool to be able to have them in my head and then put them on the page. Obviously the main characters are really important, but I feel like these characters are just gonna make it a really fun book. I don't mind telling you, I've got one old lady who is she's a crack up. She's running around calling everyone arseholes and half-wits and all of that kind of thing. And she's supposed to be like, you know, 85, one of those old women. And I think she's gonna end up being one of my favorite characters, so that's super fun to write. I think that's really important when you're writing characters, is to have ones that you really like. You've got to like your characters. Even if they're baddies, there's got to be something that you like about them or something fun about writing them. I must say that as I've broached these new scenes, it has slowed down my word count a little bit. The scene that I've just been writing involves 8 different characters, and whilst I know the purpose of the scene, I didn't know how the dialogue all worked together. I didn't know what they were going to say to each other. I just knew what the goal was. So it's been an interesting thing writing this dialogue, trying to introduce 6 new people, 8 people in the conversation. It's been somewhat of a challenge. Introducing these new characters too is allowing me to build some relationships as well. Obviously I've already had some with the characters I've already got, but this just sort of creates that whole new dynamic. And that's something that, whilst it's really hard, I am really enjoying watching my characters come to life on the page. I suppose one of the things that I'll leave you with for this week, and one of the things that I've learned over the 2 weeks, is that perseverance and determination are just so key to doing this. I feel like if I had skipped a day, allowed myself to skip a day, then I would have just kept allowing myself to skip days, and that's kind of where it just completely falls off the wagon. By making my writing an absolute priority for this month, it's really kept me going. And I've also learned that I am weirdly motivated by stickers. I love stickers. I love putting them on my calendar. It's just such a sense of achievement to know that you've hit your goal every single day. That daily goal is so important. That being said, if you've missed a day, then you just need to get back onto that bandwagon. Don't let that be the reason that you don't write your book or keep going towards your 50,000 word goal in NaNoWriMo, or whatever it is you're doing. What were they talking about? Not trying because you might fail. But you know what? It's far more strength of character involved in getting up again when you've had an off day. So just keep trying, guys. Totally worth it in the end. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I've still got a few more weeks to go of NaNoWriMo, and I would love to keep you updated on how I'm going. Leave me a comment down below if you'd like to have a chat. I would love to connect with you. I am also on Instagram, Twitter, and reviewing on Goodreads. But for now, get writing those characters, keep getting the words on the page, and I'll see you next time. Bye!